Hey, what's up, guys? It's T-Bone here, and welcome to another stream. It's Tuesday, so it is preview day for the upcoming event, and it's called the Defiant One. And I see that there are already people in the chat here, so I'm just going to take a quick second and say hi to everybody. So welcome to Timur, MDS, David, Darkside Devil. I see Martin and Domby, Meisty, and Be Like Billy. Welcome, and Phoenix. Thank you for joining me for this chat here. So what I'm going to do in today's episode is we're going to take a look at the cards, and we're also going to take some news here. And also there's some changes to the event, and most of you probably have had a chance to take a look at the updates already. So we're just going to kind of take a look and see what your thoughts are. And yes, you can also see that I have changed guilds. I decided to do a quick tour of the different guilds around Legendary, the community. I've been with the D30 guild for a while, and it's a really great guild, and I really enjoy being there. But so what I'm really looking to do is I wanted to experience different guilds and varying different levels. So I'm exploring guilds in warlocks and maybe sort of like and below or maybe above. Like I'm not really just targeting a specific type of guild. I'm thinking maybe I'll visit guilds for a week or two, one or two events. And currently I'm in this guild right here, Tiger Bomb Soju. The guild leader is Nari. She's a really nice person, and a lot of people are really nice in there, so I'm just enjoying my time so far. Anyways, let's get into the news for this event. So the Defiant Ones, there's a few things that I wanted to talk about. So there is going to be the runes for the upcoming light second generation relic, I guess, called Glaive of the Savior. So since that's going to be pretty costly, I won't really go over that, but it is something to look forward to in terms of the runes that you can get. And so it is going to be a player's celebration type event. So the first thing you're going to notice, we're going to take a look later, is that they're now introducing more runes in the actual packs. So we're going to take a look there. So the total number of packs will be increased overall, but you will need to buy it. But it is at least going to be at a lower tier, so that's going to be really good. And now there is also a change to how you can collect your ultra rare now. We're going to talk about that as well. They're changing the system. So there is a way, the way that you can get your second master collection or the ultra rare card was kind of broken before, in that you can't really get what you want. And so they are trying to change it, but for now, they're taking away the choice. So keep that in mind. If you're looking for an older ultra rare card or master collection hero from Forging, you're not going to get that option this particular event. And also, we're also introducing a killer skill for main card now, so that is pretty exciting because that will mean your team overall will deal more damage. Are there any other changes? So I guess it's not listed here, but basically the thing that I wanted to talk about is the killer skill change as well. So I'm just going to list it out here since I can't find it in the newsfeed. So remember this diagram here where we talk about, if this card is this particular type, then it's going to have this killer type, which then will, or killer skill that's going to, deal more damage to a specific type. It's pretty confusing. And now what they've done is they've changed it. So they've actually removed the requirements. So any hero now, regardless of what type it is, would have killer types that will then deal more damage against certain bosses. So for example, the cards this event, they're actually corrupt. And so if they follow the same sort of paradigm, it would have gone corrupt with beast killer, then the bosses would have to be creature or giant or dragon. But instead, this is a corrupt card, but it has arcane killer. So you can see here, Kill Drone E606 has a arcane killer, so it's going to deal more damage against ancient, mystic, special, and technological. So that's kind of how this change is going to be implemented. They're thinking it's going to be better for deck building. I think it really just means that they're going to be able to open up more of the different, so you can have a corrupt hero that could technically be given the arcane killer or any of the other killer like beast or immortal. So within a particular deck, even if you have the same species, same types, you could deal more damage against different bosses. So that's sort of the idea there. And now that we're here, I'm just going to go ahead and take a look at the cards, and we're going to talk about this. Now, my initial feedback, and also just kind of from what I'm looking at in the sort of the chat, the network app, and also in some of the other chats, is that they don't necessarily feel like it's the greatest deck, and we're going to talk about the reasons why. And so just saying hello to everybody again. So welcome, Carius, Damien, Naya, Kevin, and Arcadian Assassin. And everyone else, welcome. Thanks for joining me for today's stream. And so we're looking at the Master Collection card right now, Kildrone E606. Am I looking at the... Yes, this is a Master Collection card. Yes, it is. So this is a card that has a battle skill. And what this will do is it will spawn up to 7 Power Gem 2s at the rate of 2, and then 1 for every 6 skill points. So it, in terms of number of power gems, it is not too bad. It is 7, but you do need to get up to 300 skill points. However, there is a condition here where you need 3 stacks Electric Hellstorm to upgrade this to Power Gem 4. And so in order to get the maximum benefit out of this card, you do need to have another condition from a different card. The only thing is, it talks about having 3 stacks of this, and it has a 6-turn cooldown. So it is one of those cards that seems to be kind of iffy for me. But the thing is, it doesn't have a restriction. So like if you don't get Hellstorm, you can still generate Power Gem 2s. For a Master Collection card, it seems weaker. So then we can talk about the cards that you do require in order to get them. And so that's the ultra rare card here, and that is the Automaton of Agony. Now this card does a few things. So number one, it actually shares an icon as I'm not sure if you recognize this, but this icon is the same as Lalo, which also has the little lightning icon, but this one is the Electric Hellstorm battle skill. So what it does is it will actually increase the damage that the enemy takes, and you reduce hero damage taken by 3%. So it's a give and take. You increase the damage taken by 3%, and you reduce your own damage taken by 3%. So that's actually pretty interesting there. And then it's also a gem spawner, and it does this for 4 turns. So by itself, it's actually a nice gem spawn that will actually create multiple light gems. And notice that it has a 3-turn cooldown. So what this will do is this will actually spawn for, the skill will last for 4 turns. It's a 3-turn cooldown. And so that means you'll actually be able to stack this multiple times, more than 3 times, in fact. And also what you'll get to do, be able to do is on the 4th turn, you'll effectively spawn 6 light gems per ultra rare card. So it kind of helps also fill up the board with the gems. And so it will also sort of stack your damage taken and the damage reduction, I should say, up to 6%. That's for a single ultra rare. And then so this is sort of the card that provides the Electric Hellstorm, the condition that is required by the Master Collection card, in order to actually create the Power Gen 4. But the problem is that's the only card. You don't have that in a support card. Right, so let's take a look at the support card here, and I only see this at 5 stars, and you'll see it doesn't have the Electric Hellstorm. It has, Octoshock, which creates 2 light gems and heals for 1,000% for 3 turns. So this is a sort of a multi-turn light gem creator spawner, but it doesn't actually give you that ability to power up the Master Collection card. So that kind of sucks. And so let's just take a look at this, make sure I didn't miss any questions or anything. And so looks like just people saying hi, hello. So yeah, if there's any questions, feel free to tag me and just kind of let me know. But I'm just gonna keep going and talk about the cards here. And Gary, yeah, I'm enjoying these live chats as well. So thanks again for joining. And like I said, if there's any questions, any feedback, feel free to let me know. And so how do I feel about the support card so far? I think that it heals for 1,000% of the hero recovery as a warrior. So this is actually not a bad card, and it heals for 3 turns, and it has a 3-turn cooldown. So basically you can activate this card constantly. You're always going to have light gems that you'll be able to create. So you're always going to have some additional light gems to match. So this is going to be really helpful in building up your light commander skill. So it's not a bad card from a support card perspective, because it does have that heal aspect to it, but it doesn't power the Master Collection card, which makes me sad. Now the main hero, which is, let's take a look here from the Master Pack. So the main hero is called Doer's Apostate of Hell. Now this card will spawn up to 6 light Power Gem 1s. So this is a little bit different than your normal flavor of just creating 4 Power Gem 1s. But it only creates 1 at a time, and you need to build up 60 skill points. So it's an interesting increment of 60. So if you think about it, if you have 2 support cards and 1 relic, which a lot of people have at this point, it'll go up by 25. And then if we get another relic tomorrow, then it'll go up by 20. So basically, every 3 turns, if you use 2 support cards and 2 relics, it's basically 3 turns before you can get an additional power gem. So this is a slow build up, and it has a 6-turn cooldown as well. So it's buffed in that it creates 2 additional total power gems, but it doesn't actually give you all 6 at once. So it is a little bit slower, but here's the thing. Now this card has Arcane Killer. So this card will double the damage if you are up against any of the arcane cards, which again, I'm just going to remind everybody. So arcane cards are anything that's ancient, mystic, special, or technological. So it is going to deal more damage, and it's not tied to it doesn't have to be a dark card. So you can go up against any of those cards, and this will actually deal more damage. So that's a nice thing as well. So let's see, 4 turns duration, 3-turn cooldown. Doesn't that mean 2 stacks? So mental math right now. Yeah, at some point I think you can do yes, you're definitely going to be stacking, but I think that basically 4 turns, 3 cooldown, and then another 4 turns, and then 3-turn cooldown. Potentially you can have multiple stacks. Basically I think on turn 9 you'll be able to get enough sufficient stacks to power up the Master Collection card. I haven't done the math behind it. I have to get some paper and work it out. Curious, so not buying complete. I'm not buying can I compete and do average? I think it depends mostly on the card. So I will show my deck as well on the cards I'm using and what I'm thinking I'm gonna do with that. But I think for commander cards, commander events is always about your ability to go up against solo bosses. So if you don't need the event card, then it's okay. I mean, with the 3.0 meta and also with sort of the cards as they are, I would still recommend trying for the support card. And hopefully you earn the free event card. If you can, then you should be able to do much better as well. And let's see. So Spawner showing some love from Pink Unicorns. Thank you very much. All right. So yeah. So there's my personal feelings about this deck is that I don't know. For some reason, it just feels like overall the decks in the last few weeks have felt a little bit underwhelming. I guess is the right word for it. It's not bad, it's not terrible, and definitely I feel like this deck is a little bit better. I like this deck a little bit better than the last one, but it's just that the fact that it does require you to have the ultra rare card in order to really fulfill the the true potential of the Master Collection card makes me sad. And so let's take a look at the ultimate form, right? So ultimate form combines both of them, and so what it'll do is it's going to spawn 4 power gem 2s, and but oh no, it spawns up to 4 light power gem 2s. So this actually is a reduction there. I didn't actually notice this. So did you guys notice this? So the actual power skill here for the ultimate form goes from 6 light power gems, or 7 actually, down to 4. And then with 3 stacks of electric hellstorm, this will be upgraded to power gem 4. So the ultimate form actually will not create a maximum number of 7 power gem 4s, but only 4. So I just noticed this, and so that kind of blows my mind. And what it does is it'll take on the ultra rare's ability to also increase damage taken and also reduce the damage you take, and also spawn 3 light gems for 4 turns. So that's the same thing there. And so basically this card will power up itself. And with the 3 turns, and it has the the ultimate kill, ultimate skill, and also has the ultimate gem that you can create at one. But I'm kind of surprised that it only spawns up to 4 light power gem 2s. So that is something that I am kind of surprised at. And let's see if there's anything else. So cooldown is lower. So the cooldown is 3 instead of, was it the 6, I think, from Master Collection card? I remember correctly. Yeah, so I guess there's a trade-off there, but what would you rather have? Would you rather have a lower cooldown or higher number of power gems? I guess lower cooldown means that you can attack more often, and if it goes down from 6 to 3, that technically means you can deal damage twice as fast, and given it goes from 7 to 4, I think technically overall you'll deal more damage. I guess that's sort of the thinking behind it. So I don't know. What are your thoughts about that? And also the last event where we had the Innovator Drosselmeyer and also the Sweet Savior, You can form the ultimate form, the inventive invocators, and now I like this one. So I really like this ultimate form, except I don't have the ability to get this. It'll create 8 light power gen force as long as you have 50 skill points. It creates 8. And also increases all damage taken up to 30% for 2 turns. So not only are you getting a total of 8 power gems just like that, it does have a 50 skill point cost, but it also increases the damage taken. So this is an awesome ultimate form, actually. I really like this one. It has a cooldown of 4 turns, and it is a immortal killer. So it's going to be up against, good against, let's bring this again. So immortal killers is going to be good against demigod, god, dren, and elf, right? And so I'm sad I didn't go after the ultimate, so the ultra rare card, and I kind of feel bad. Like all the other events up to this, up until they released 3.0, I've sort of told people, hey, don't worry about the ultra rare card. It's really not as important to have in a deck. Well, now they've sort of made that really important, and it's more clear that the ultra rare card is going to be an important aspect of this deck, by making this card have a specific skill that no other card has. So here's where I will provide my sort of my take on it. And I've given criticism in the past about the fact that when you come up with an ultra rare card and you make it so that it is special in the way that the deck really only works with that card, I tend to enjoy the deck less, because it sort of forces the deck to sort of be by itself. There's really no room for anything else. And if you don't get ultra rare card, you don't get to deal maximum damage. And I know that you need the ultra rare card now to get the ultimate form anyways, but realistically, not many of us will be able to get it. And so I wish that there was the similar ability from a support card to power the Master Collection hero. That would have been my thing. I would have liked to see that. But I guess the counter argument is, well, you can actually forge this now, right? So you can actually forge the runes, and they're giving more runes there as well. So I guess it's it's personally, I still prefer not having to go down the route of needing to get the ultra rare card in order to get a better skill, but that's just me. And so let's see. So yeah, so other people are mentioning other decks. So we were talking about the water deck, right? And I was really, really happy. I actually got my, let's show you here. So the last pack that came out, where you had the possibility of getting either the dragon or the human ultra rare card, I got the Josephine quick draw from that on the 3rd tier, so I was really, really happy about that. So I'm going to be building a team around there. Let's see, Arcadian Hashassin. The issue is if you craft ultimate form at 150 SP, it will create the gem and consume it. It will make it kind of impossible to get the edge. Yeah, so there's all kinds of, I guess there's all kinds of little balances there that we need to be thinking about as well. So let me take a look at what you're mentioning here. So Curators of Pain, does it have a cost? So it doesn't have a cost, but it is going to consume the 150. So if you get up to 300, but it doesn't actually, yeah, so you get up to 300 and then it consumes it. So, if you get it first, I think what it'll do is it will actually spawn the power gems first, and then it will consume the skill points and then create that gem. That's how that, if I remember correctly from the ultimate form that it did have, I think so. It's still possible to maximize the skills. You just have to get it there. And so let's see now. There's a couple of things also I want to show. So that's basically it for the cards themselves. And these are the collection heroes. So it looks like collection heroes probably going to be here to stay. And these are cards that I've already had. And I believe that the War for the Skies event is going to be the starting deck, the starter deck that's coming up this event. So if you're looking for Wella, or if you're looking for additional copies of either the human relic or Orsang, then this will be the event to get that. And so let's go ahead and take a look at the runes and see how we do here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up an ultra rare one and the Master Collection card. And what I'm going to say is I have no duplicates. All right, let's see what we get for the third one here. And this is going to be a Master Collection crate. So that's good. So that looks like so far so good. And also, if you look now, they've changed the pack, Player Celebration. So you can see that there is now a bonus rune for every tier in tier 1 and tier 2, except for tier 3. So tier 3 you get one. I mean, tier 4 you don't get one, but that's where you get a guaranteed hero. And so this does incentivize on the spend. And so I think that it's just that I don't know if necessarily the Master Collection card is something that I am dying to get. Like it's not a card that I feel is as strong as I would like it to be, and also it requires the ultimate ultra rare. So my strategy is I'm gonna try and see if I can get the ultra rare card for forged crafted this time, given that there is going to be additional runes. So I'm actually going to be spending my gems, if I were to go after it, on the ultra rare pack, because I actually have some, dust from before that I can forge. I think I can, if I get a couple of dupes, I can still craft 2 runes. So we'll see how that goes. And I have 4 remaining, so I can probably craft the Master Collection card. I just need to go after the ultra rare. All right, so let's see here. So Lorry Hunter, I didn't like the last event. You know how badly I disliked the last event? I ranked 200 out of 205 in my league. So I dropped down from Legends down into Emperor. So I just didn't play very much. I just didn't feel like it was a lot of fun. So I'm hoping that this event is going to be fun as well. Depends on how they change things. Let's see here. So Con William Deep, welcome here, and Alan Higgins. So you can't get the 300 because you have to use the skill 3 times before it makes PG force. Let's see. I must be missing something. So when you use it, you will... Okay, I'm going to think about this for a bit. Basically, what I'm hearing is you can't really get it to 300 because you're going to be using the skills. But if you use it before you get to 150, your battle skills aren't always great in terms of how it actually works with other aspects of the card. So I think in this case, it actually is conflicting with the ultimate gem. So that's a very good point. So I think that's something that we could probably bring up and give some feedback. So thanks for correcting me there for the feedback as well. So let's see. So curious, what about Tech Spider? I think he can be reforged, worth considering. The Tech Spider. The Tech Spider. What is a Tech Spider? So you're talking about a technological card. Let's see. Is that a light one? Let me see. I don't have it in my... So if you can look up the name, I can see. I don't actually know what cards can be reforged this time, but I'm hoping that they introduce it earlier rather than later. And also when you get it, you actually get the... you can actually get the commander bonus. So last time I actually crafted... I'll show you what I got. I crafted the Earth Wukong card, because I was really excited about his ability. And you notice that the Slayer skill is here now, but it wasn't there before during the event. And so whatever reforged cards they introduce this time, I hope that they're actually going to enable the commander event bonus right away. So this is the deck I'm currently going with. Let's see. Using Commander in Lunar. Will Primal Guardian and Reforged Sentinel work well together with event cards? Yeah, so I think the Sentinel, I don't remember if I actually reforged him. So let's take a look. So that would be a light technological let's see what the Sentinel stars do when you forge him. So if you reforge him, his battle skill will actually convert Dark Gem to light. Well, I think just the fact that it's going to be a Generation 3 card is going to help, and definitely Primal Guardian is going to be a really good card to use, especially for ultra kill bonuses. That is the path I went. So using Primal Guardian and use a couple of the Master Collection cards, you'll be able to do pretty good damage against the ultra rare card. The ultra kill, especially if the ultra kill boss is going to be of type, any of the Dren or God, because this actually has an Immortal Killer bonus. So you'll be able to get the Overkill bonus if you can fight one of those bosses there. And let's see. So Sentinel Stars. Should you reforge it? So here's my thing, right? It's actually cheaper now to reforge, and I'm going to show you how you can actually reforge cards, even if you don't get them. So you can get them in the first. You can get it in the dungeon. So if you go to the sort of the daily dungeon there, and if you go to light, you can now actually buy the light reforged stone. That's the first one that you need. And then the second thing that you can do is if you go to the actual gear dungeons, that's where you can then also use the gear dungeon, and then you can purchase your commander charm. So as long as you have enough tokens, you can get them, and then you'll be able to reforge your cards without without actually having to get them through the event itself. So I think that it's not really a matter of the catalyst anymore. So if you have it, I would do it, because it's a otherwise it's really not useful. And if you're looking for light commander cards that are generation 3 type, then I think that it's actually worth it. So while I'm here, before I forget, I'm actually going to go ahead and do also going to do a bounty dungeon. Are you guys doing a bounty dungeon? You should definitely get it. You should do it at least so that you can get the 500 gems. So this is the team I'm using. Whenever I get to Celestial Floors, I basically swap out my leader from Ray to my reforged Contessa, so that I have my fire team going here. I know this is really not the video, really not about the event, but I mean, this is a bounty dungeon that's available right now, so I figured I would just kind of talk, do a floor, and we can talk about it as well, see if there's any questions or anything like that. So let's see. Any other questions or anything? How you guys feel? Like, are you guys excited? How are you guys just feeling overall? And also, like, what kind of other content are you guys looking for? So this actually has poison ages. So if you don't kill them, you're going to die. And there's 4 turns here. So let's see. One of the things I normally do is, if I can, hopefully I can defeat them on turn 1. This is also against an Earth Wind, so I should be able to do this no problem. So yeah, so there it is. So I typically, if I get my 3rd Ray, I'm actually going to bring her in so I can have a full team of I forgot, I didn't. So it's 1 million trophies if you go to the level 1, and I think by Ascended Celestial Floor 1 or 2, you should be able to get the 500 gem bonus. I don't actually bother once I get the 500. I think I go 1 more and I get the crown, but that's pretty much it. So that's the bounty. Let's see here. I'm going to try the last commander deck, have all but the UR Lori Hunter. Yeah, so definitely that is also my choice here. So sort of thinking about the deck now. If I get the support card, then I will probably swap out one of my Sugar Plums, although I kind of like the Sugar Plum a lot because it actually reduces the damage taken. It's just that with the Sugar Plum, I'm losing a little bit of the commander bonus. So let's see here again, right? So the nice thing about this current support card is that I'll get the heal. So I guess what I can do is I can use one of the support cards, electric Q-Tricks to get the 10 times commander bonus, get the heal, and also use Sugar Plum Fairy to reduce the damage. Now, if I get the event card though, will I actually use it? That's really the question. Will I use the event card given my current deck? So if I get the event card in my collection hero, given what it does, I'm not sure if I will actually use it. Here's my thing, right? So I don't feel like I'm really lacking the damage output, except I would want to try the Arcane Killer, but then I'm gonna have to give up also my support card or one of my Master Collection cards. I guess if I get the event card, then I will probably let go of Primal Guardian if I'm doing a short fight. If I'm doing a short fight, I might put the event card in there, but if I'm doing anything longer, or if I'm it's a hard one, because I'm also looking at how I can be able to get the maximum damage output for my legend solo bosses, and so I'm gonna have to play around. I don't know, I really like this team as is, to be honest with you. And so, but what I would like to do is, in the next episode, one of the things I would like to try and do is also work with you guys. If you guys have any teams that you need help with, I think I'm going to also try and spend some of the next event focusing on a little bit of that, where, you kind of let me know your in-game name. I can take a look, and maybe we can also sort of build the deck together. I would like to try a live deck building exercise, and maybe with everybody here pitching in and giving some feedback as well. I think that'll be kind of fun. Let me know your thoughts about that. So let's see, anything else? So Vishal, very disappointed. Playing hours have come down considerably. That was me last event. I didn't play as much. I had other things going on as well. I didn't actually even get enough of the tokens from from the frenzy bosses to get the bastion shards. That's how bad it was. So that I was kind of sad about that, but I'm hoping to pick it up this event. Rooter, welcome. So the extra runes will change mine. So I'm hoping that you get the extra runes and also they're not duplicate. That's always my hope for everybody here. And so John Pacifico was able to get the 500 gems after Celestial Ascended 1. That's good. Yeah, so basically I'm just going to go after that. And, and after that, I just kind of play for fun. And so let's see. I feel like you need to grind more than you used to. Feel like you need to grind more than you used to have to. So yeah, I think definitely in Slayers, I just felt that way. And I think the reason you might be feeling that way is because of the fact that bosses are just dying easier. So if you don't have a deck that can deal really good damage right away, a lot of us are probably just either forced to give up on the bosses or just not, just tag and go. I think I see a lot of that, and I definitely felt it myself. And to me, it was just kind of like I didn't even bother coasting. So down to Emperors for me, I think that's really where it's less stressful. And I think I mentioned it in the last stream. I'm gonna care less about my placement. I'm actually focused more on having fun with the cards and really sort of building out a good working deck. And I'm gonna share with others as well. And so, yeah, so we're definitely going to try the deck building idea. So think about this, reach out to me anytime. Let me know what you think, what your thoughts are. Give me some feedback as well if there's anything that you'd like to see more or see less of. Always up for that feedback loop as well. So I appreciate that. So let's see, just one last thing before I go. I guess just wanted to give a quick announcement. So I'm going to be on vacation. I'm visiting, heading home to visit a family for birthday party next week. And so I'm going to be out next week. I won't be able to do a stream, but I'll still be around on Thursday for the next video for this event. So we'll be around for that. Anyways, as always, thanks a lot for your time, and remember to either join my chat in the network app, it's T-Bone LGOH chat, or you can reach out to me at any time on the app if you have any questions. I'm getting a lot of people just kind of sending different messages where some people asking for help, some people just giving tips. Appreciate all of that. Thank you so much. Thanks for the support, and so I'll see you around. And also, who knows, in a couple of events I might just show up at a random guild, so just keep that keep on a lookout there as well. I'm gonna keep it a surprise. I'm enjoying looking around and seeing where else I can go around and just meet new people. So again, thank you very much, guys. Have a good night and have a good event. I will see you on Thursday for the stream again at the same time, and we'll talk deck and we'll do a live deck building exercise. All right, thanks a lot. Take care. Have a good night, guys.